Dalton. Dalton, are you seeing this? Bro, my heart just sank. Dalton, did you just see that? Dude, I got all of that on video. Dalton.
Wow. Hey, I want to say shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. It was in the gospel of God, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Oh, man, this is dope. It says Nevada, July 29, 2023. I guess the Angels was on the way to the bus. The Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight. Because it was in Vegas, which is Las Vegas, Nevada. Little inside thing. But the beginning of the video said prepare for Project Bluebeam. Get ready for Project Bluebeam, which we can look that up real quick, which, we know that Project Bluebeam is basically like technology Esau uses to project certain images in the air. Certain holograms and certain holographic images in the sky, okay, to portray something that's really not there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, a lot of times Esau try to write it off as a conspiracy, but it says Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory which claims that NASA's attempted to implement a new age religion, that the Antichrist in his head would start a new world. Well, that's not what they would consider. It's not a conspiracy, okay? It's actual fact because the scriptures goes into these things, okay? They was talking about, a lot of people mentioned that Project Bluebeam being used to fake the second coming or to stage some type of UFO invasion on the planet Earth to get people to demonize the angels. So when people see these things, they can inadvertently have a type of animosity. They can have some type of pre-mindset or a requisite, or what do you say, a prerequisite of a mind to say, oh no, this is demonic. This is what we're not supposed to be dealing with. So when Yahweh Shai comes back, man, the people will already be mentally against the opposing forces of the angels. Instead of repenting and obtaining salvation, the Israelites, they're going to look at these things as some type of alien invasion, and they're going to begin to trip out, okay, and curse the angels, man, and curse the Lord. Scriptures say that. But regardless of that, man, we're in the end, okay? Yahweh Shai is getting ready to make his move, man, okay? Because this right here shows it. Now, I don't know if this is a fake or whatever, but I'm going to gravitate towards the spectrum of it being real, okay? Because we know a lot of things that seems untrue to the eye. A lot of times the scriptures, well, not a lot of times, the scriptures does say the things that are controlled is, or the things that we see are being controlled by things we don't see. So this is not a time to be fucking around, man. And Esau, you're in trouble, bro. Okay? I got like 2 precepts. I mean, we can go into several precepts, but let's get this real quick. Let me see this real quick. Things not seen. All right. Okay. Yep. Hebrews 11, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, now you can't see the fourth dimension, but you know that these forces in the other world, so to speak, controls or navigates, or they determine the effectual events on this side, which is the third dimension. Okay, everything that you're seeing happening in the third dimension is played out in the fourth dimension. Okay, it says, for by it the elders obtained a good report. It says, through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yahweh. Okay, so that things which are so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Okay, so let's read it again. So that things which are seen were made of things which do appear. And the chariots, they're literally appearing. Okay, so there you go. So a higher force, a higher power created these particular beings, us, the worlds. And notice it says worlds. Okay, so matter of fact, let me look that up in a blue letter real quick before I come back to this revelation. Hebrews 11. See what this word worlds mean. Because going into root words is always important. Okay, so aeon, all right, which means a unbroken age, a perpetuity of time, the worlds, universe, periods of time. Okay, now common sense what tells us that this word world, because you got oikoumene, you got eon, which means a dispensation of time. Then you have cosmos, which is a particular people. Now we know that this isn't going into a dispensation of time. Okay, because we understand that it says through faith, we understand that the times were framed by the word of the Most High. I mean, you can say that, but the context, this is going into the context, so you can easily say, well, this is talking about other galaxies, other planets, other worlds. Okay, because this was a secondary definition behind the word aeon, which we know eon typically means a dispensation of time or age. Okay, so we do know that Yahweh Bashim Shah has other things out there that are created by things which do appear, which is not seen. That's what it says. Through faith, we understand that the words were framed by the words of the Most High, the word of the Most High, which is Yahweh Shai. And it says, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. All right. So just to put the caption on that, Revelation 12 and 12. And I'm going to start at verses 7. And it says, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. Now, a typical Christian will break that down. A literal war in the spiritual world. Okay, like all of a sudden these third of angels were going behind the Lord's back, whispering, you know what I'm saying, whispering and saying, well, look, we going to rebel against the Most High. We going to do this and that, and we going to take over the throne. That don't even make any sense, man. Like, why would the Most High have any type of chaotic events around the throne of his glory? And that don't even make any sense. And this is also alluding to people having free will. And according to the scriptures, there's no free will. Everything is on the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So this can't be talking about that. This war is talking about it's an actual war, an actual battle between the angelic forces and the world's militaries. Okay, from NATO, EU, America, Russia, Britain, China, you know, these particular opposing forces that was once at odds at each other to fight a common threat, which is the second coming. That's what it says, and fought against the dragon and his angels. And you can get the precept to 2 Esdras 13. And the dragon fought his angels. Okay, and the dragon goes into this current system, this revitalization of the Roman Empire, the so-called white man. It says, and prevailed not, neither was that place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was casted out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out onto the earth, and his angels were casted out with them. Okay, meaning that the war, meaning that they was prevailed over, meaning that when the chariots did away with Esau's military, his space force, because there's going to be a war that's going to take place in our atmosphere, or you can say within the realm of space between Earth and space, or you can say lower Earth orbit, which is known as Leo. You're going to have a war between the so-called alien forces, which are the angelic forces, versus the world's militaries, and they're going to get decimated on the spot. That's why it says here, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the kingdom of his anointed. It says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night, man. Okay, so, hey, once Esau is done away with, that's when our salvation comes. Because you got to remember, at this time, America is simultaneously being hit by missiles. Okay, that's if it hasn't been hit already. Some speculate that, well, we're going to be in the ships watching this war. I mean, however the Lord delivers us within that dispensation of time is all going to come about. But regardless, this is going to be the end of the Western powers, okay? The end of the world's powers, okay? Starting with Esau, Edom. And it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death, okay? So that's the point. This took place in the future, and then it jumped back to present time. But nonetheless, these are the times we entering into. You see, precept Revelation 19th chapter. Because the Lord is watching his kingdom. I mean, the angels are all around. All right, but this is Revelation 19, verses 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon them was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness doth he judge and make war. Okay, that horse represents a so-called UFO, a fathership. His eyes was as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, and was clothed with the vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh, which is Yahweh Shai. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of the Almighty power. Okay, which that's starting with you damn devils, man. All right, let's go over here. The book of Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom. I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, says the Lord. And this is why you have chariots all over. Like, they're literally just paying. If the Most High revealed the angels around Babylon, it'll blow your mind, it'll bug you out. If the Lord one day just showed us the sky full of chariots, because like it tells you, Elijah, I think it was Elisha, said it'd be more with us than be with them, than the chariots of fire rain about. If the Most High showed us the spiritual world, or he showed us what was really out there, right now it'll bug us out, because you literally have a sky full of, they're just here. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting intel on these Edomites, and this is the reason why they have to declassify. The more they declassify, the more the chariots show. And Esau knows he has a real threat on his hands. He knows it, and there's nothing he can do about it. So he has to fake alien invasion to try to get people to accept public opinion. Okay, but eventually people are gonna find out the truth. You know, let's go to the book of Isaiah 63. Isaiah 63. It says, "Who is that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra, that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength? That I speak in righteousness, mighty to save." Okay, it says traveling in the greatness of his strength, because he's coming back with the ship. "Wherefore thou art red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the winepress, the wine fat." It says, "I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I would tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood should be sprinkled upon my gardens, and I would stain all my remnant. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeeming is come." Okay? Yes, the year of Yahweh Shai to get recompense on you heathens, man. Starting with you Edomites first, and delivering his people. Okay, that's going to be the telltale nature of it all. All right? I had another precept, but it slips my mind. But anyway, you brothers and you few sisters that watch get the point. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom, Lord, we edify. Shalom, Baba, Shalom.
Dalton. Dalton, are you seeing this? Bro, my heart just sank. Dog, did you just see that? Dude, I got all of that on video. Dalton.